Welcome to the ISP F1 Visa Navigator, your trusted guide to mastering the US student visa process. Today, we are going to focus on one of the most critical factors in your F1 visa application, that is understanding home ties and strengths and how to effectively present them during your interview. Many visa applicants approach the interview assuming that being admitted to a US university and securing funding is enough to get a visa. However, this is far from the truth. My name is Cynthia Moses. The visa interview is about more than just verifying documents. It is about convincing the consular officer that you have a clear academic purpose and a compelling reason to return to your home country after your studies. And this is because under Section 214B of the Immigration and Nationality Act, it requires consular officers to assume that every applicant intends to immigrate permanently to the US unless they can prove otherwise. And your goal during the interview is to dispel this assumption. And you do that by demonstrating your strong home ties that will compel you to return after completing your studies. Now let's look at what are home ties and why they matter. Your home ties are the factors that will bring you back to your country after completing your education. These ties vary for every applicant and can be academic, financial, professional, or even personal. The stronger and clearer your home ties are, the higher your chances of visa approval. Visa officers assess these ties to determine whether you're a genuine student with a credible reason to return to your home after graduation. If you fail to convince them that you have sufficient reasons to leave the US after your studies, your visa may be denied under Section 214B. Now let us look at identifying and strengthening your home ties. Not all home ties are equally convincing. You need to identify your strongest ties and emphasize them during the interview. Let's get into some of the ideas of home ties that you can present, and we start with the academic ties. Now, for some applicants, the academic profile is actually their strongest asset, but many fail to emphasize how academic ties directly connect them back to their home country. The visa officer is not just looking at whether you're a good student or if you have been admitted to a prestigious university. They want to know how your education will pull you back home after graduation. This is where you must be strategic in how you present your case. So then, if you choose this as one of your home ties, it is crucial to go beyond simply stating your university's ranking or reputation. Instead, focus on how your degree aligns with your home country's economic, industrial, or academic landscape. For example, if there is demand for your skills, government initiatives in your field, or even professional opportunities that require your degree, make that clear and emphasize this connection. For this specific home tie, you need to prove to the visa officer that your degree is not just about personal growth, but it is a stepping stone to a promising career that is only possible in your home country. Next is financial ties. These are the strong economic stability at home. Now, for many students, financial stability can be a powerful reason to return home. If your family has significant financial investments, land ownership, well-established businesses, or other stable sources of income, this shows that you have strong economic roots in your home country, and this can serve to assure the visa officer that you're not looking or seeking for financial opportunities in the US, but rather you have a secure financial foundation waiting for you back home. There are a number of ways to highlight strong financial ties. One, you can emphasize that your education is fully funded through your family support or other legitimate sources, eliminating any need for unauthorized work in the US. Demonstrating that your education funding is fully covered without needing unauthorized work in the US reassures the officer that you are a legitimate student. You can also emphasize your family's financial stability. If your parents or guardians have substantial financial investments, land ownership, or business operations in your home country, it is crucial to make that clear. If your finances are strong, then direct the visa officer's attention to the economic stability and responsibility that anchors you to your home country. A strong financial foundation not only supports your studies, but also makes it clear that your long-term future remains at home and not abroad. Next up is career ties. This is what awaits you after graduation. For some students, it is not just about the degree. It is about the career that is already waiting for them when they return home and why returning makes sense for them. And that is what a career tie is. A well-defined career path is one of the strongest indicators that you will return home after completing your studies. To emphasize career ties, focus on specific job prospects prospects or industry growth in your country. If your field is in high demand and employers are actively seeking professionals with your qualifications, mention this. If you already have a job offer, a letter of intent, or an internship that is lined up, make sure to present it as evidence that your career is set to take off upon return. For students who are on government scholarship or funded by organizations that require them to return and work in their home countries after graduation, this serves as an undeniable home tie. If your career opportunities are your strongest reason for returning, make sure that the visa officer sees that your future is already mapped out and it leads back home. Next, we have family and personal ties. That is a strong connection to home. Many students have family and personal responsibilities that make returning home necessary. If this is your strongest tie, focus on it during the interview and clearly convey to the visa officer why your personal circumstances may make long-term stay in the US unlikely. To emphasize strong personal ties, you should highlight the responsibilities that require your presence back home after studies, such as being, the primary caretaker, being a parent of kids that you're leaving behind, or maybe playing a key role in a family business. If you have deep community connections, cultural obligations, or social commitments, like you run a charity organization where you are the key head, making sure that you return home is essential. Explaining how these responsibilities tie you to your home country will strengthen your case. If you have a spouse, children, or serious commitments in your home country, visa officers consider this as strong personal ties. Well presented, this can be very persuasive in demonstrating your intent to return. Now, the F1 visa interview is not just about answering questions. It is about strategically presenting yourself as a genuine student with strong ties to your home country. The ability to clearly articulate why you qualify for the visa, how your studies fit into your career path, and what will bring you back home after graduation will determine the outcome of your application. At the International Scholars Program, we do more than just help students secure admission and funding. We prepare them to succeed for their visa interviews by ensuring that they can clearly articulate their strongest ties. If you are looking for structured guidance on securing admission, funding, and visa approval, then join the International Scholars Program today. The good news is that you only need a 2.8 GPA out of 4, and for Ugandans that means a 3.8 GPA out of 5 for your bachelor's degree to qualify, and your high school performance does not matter. You will gain access to school application support, visa coaching, relocation guidance, and financial assistance options to ensure a smooth transition to your studies abroad. For more information on how you can join the ISP and how we can support you, visit our website at www.internationalscholarsprogram.com and download our handbook. And you can stay connected with us and follow our journey on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, X, and Instagram, all at International Scholars Program. Thank you for joining us on this week's ISP F1 Visa Navigator. We hope to catch you next week with another exciting episode.